With 90% certainty, I can tell you, dear listener, that you are right-handed. How do I know this? The scientists wrote an article, On the Other Hand, which explores the human trait of handedness and raises the question if evolution and brain function plays a part in handedness. A research group at Emory University has been exploring handedness in 800 great apes, which shows that for specific bimanual tasks, gorillas, chimps, and bonobos have a preference to be right-handed, while orangutans had a preference for being left-handed.
Elizabeth Lonsdorf and William Hopkins did a study on handedness and published their findings in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America. They started with discussing previous studies. They found that chickens and pigeons showed different abilities of the left and right hemispheres for different visual discrimination tasks. Frogs showed right paw preferences for motor actions, and fish showed preferential looking biases with one eye when looking at a predator. They also knew that recent studies in captive chimpanzees showed evidence of population-level right-handedness for many measures including reaching, feeding, and other bimanual actions. In particular, they studied termite fishing handedness for wild chimpanzees. This involves precision motions that cause the chimpanzees to insert small sticks into holes. Their results showed that there was population-level handedness in the wild apes. They also found that hand preferences ran in families of wild chimpanzees, which shows that handedness is not due to random effects.
In a 2003 study, Wells tested paw usage on 3 different tasks for 53 of man's best friends. Each dog was asked to do 3 different tasks: give a paw on an experimenter's cue, remove a blanket that was covering its head, and reach for a treat inside a can. Lateralized behavior was found to be strongly linked to sex, so female dogs had a stronger preference for using their right paw, while males were more inclined to use their left. This is consistent with the findings that the Emory research team found, which states that some non-human primates report a significant effect of sex on the direction of handedness. Of particular interest is the fact that many of these studies report a tendency for female primates, or in this case dogs, to resemble human females and to be more right-handed than left-handed.
In a study conducted by Gillian S. Forrester in Science Direct, the data show that there is a clear implication that human right-handedness is not species-specific but is context-dependent. The researchers created 2 environments and observed 10 children and recorded a hand frequency count for when the children reached and made contact with certain objects. The results showed that there is a significant right-hand bias in the children, which is the same as the results when the experiment was conducted with great apes. The findings are consistent with claims that cerebral lateralization that results in lateralized behaviors is an extremely old evolutionary adaptation that probably originated from existing neural structures and not from scratch.
So what if handedness is an intrinsic primate trait that goes further back our evolutionary lineage? It is well known that humans share a common ancestor with apes, and if handedness is intrinsic to primates, then it can be established that handedness has evolutionary roots that extend deeper than the short history of humans. At Emory, scientists suggest that handedness might stem from brain lateralization. As the primate brain grew larger over time, the size of the corpus callosum stayed the same while the right and left half of the cerebral hemispheres grew. Emory showed that Yerk chimps that performed the task right-handed had a more pronounced motor hand area in their left hemisphere, while Yerk's chimps that performed the same task left-handed had a more pronounced area in their right hemisphere. As we delve deeper into the evolution of vertebrate species, we begin to see how ubiquitous functional asymmetries such as handedness are.